the ground from the start. You put your arms around me, and I believe that it's easier for you to let me go. You put your arms around me and I'm home. How many times will you let me change my mind to turn around? I can't decide if I'll let you save my life or if I'll drown. I hope that you see right through my walls. I hope that you catch me 'cause I'm already falling. I'll never let our love get so close. You put your arms around me and I'm home.
Taylor Shope is a member of the Belmont High School Orchestra and Dance Team. Tonight, she has chosen to perform J. Sebastian Bach's Minuet 1 on her violin. Taylor has been playing the violin for 8 years and enjoys playing in large groups and as a soloist. This song portrays her favorite style to play on the violin, classical from the Baroque period. I present Taylor Shope, finalist number 9.
Michelle Irwin has been dancing at Center Dance for 13 years and has been a part of Avid Dance Productions for 8 years. Tonight she will be performing a piece choreographed by John Dolby to the song Into the Dark by Jasmine Thompson. Michelle hopes to portray that love will outlast everything else. I present Michelle Irwin, finalist number 10.
Love of mine, someday you will die, but I'll be close.
loved to dance. She took her first dance class in kindergarten, and her love for dance has continued and grown since then. Ballet has been a part of her lessons for the past 7 years and has become one of her favorite forms through which she expresses her love for dance. It is this form that she has chosen to share with you tonight in a self-choreographed ballet solo to an expert from Die Fledermaus by Johann Strauss. Please welcome Emma Smith, violinist number 11.
Finalist number 12, Anya Hoagland, participated in drama club in middle school and high school. Tonight, she will perform her adaptation of A Passage from the Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. Anya will portray the character of Katniss, a young girl who just lost her father and had to take over as head of her family, now living on the brink of starvation. Anya admires Katniss for her innocence, compassion, and iron will to survive. I present Anya Hoagland as Katniss Everdeen.
It was during the worst time. After my father died, my mother shut down from the grief, and I took over as head of the family. I did my best to feed us and keep us looking presentable, but eventually money ran out, and we were slowly starving to death. One night, I found myself stumbling along the muddy lane behind the shops that served the wealthiest people. It occurred to me that there might be something in the trash bin, something only my family was desperate enough to eat. But the bins had just been emptied. I lifted the lid to the baker's bin, and suddenly a voice, the baker's wife, was screaming at me to move on and how sick she was of having those brats going through her trash. That's when I noticed him. A boy with blonde hair peering out from behind his mother's back. I had seen him at school. He was in my year, but I didn't know his name. Stuck with the townskin, so how would I? His mother went back inside the bakery, and the realization that I'd have nothing to take home finally sunk in. There was a clatter in the bakery, and I heard the woman screaming again in the sound of a blow. Feet sloshed towards me through the mud. It was the boy. In his arms, he carried 2 large loaves of bread that must have fallen into the fire because the crusts were scorched black. His mother was yelling for him to feed them to the pigs. The boy never even glanced my way, but I was watching him, because the bread because of the red wheal that now stood out on his cheekbone. He took one look back to the bakery as if checking that the coast was clear, and then, his attention back on the pig, he threw a loaf of bread in my direction. The second quickly followed, and he sloshed back to the bakery, closing the door tightly behind him. I stared at the loaves in disbelief. He had meant for me to have them. Before anyone could witness what had happened, I shoved the loaves up under my shirt and left. The heat of the bread burned into my skin, but I clutched it closer, clinging to life.
Ashley Stengel has been studying piano for 12 years under the instruction of Teresa Smith. Tonight she will be performing an excerpt from a Chopin waltz. Through years of lessons, technique, and performance, Ashley has grown from a piano student to a performer. She has recently taken up a basic level of teaching to a few local young students and hopes to continuously pursue piano performance in out of college. I present Ashley Stengel, finalist number 13.
Some talented young ladies in the house tonight. They all essentially just confirmed what you already knew, and that was that they're brilliant. So there you go. The Center County Outstanding Young Woman Program goal is to continue to increase finalist participation and to increase the volunteers and the sponsors as well. Now, the Board of Directors also plays a huge role in the success of the
program. So this year we've been very, very fortunate to add 5 new board members to the team, and we would like to introduce you to the Board of Directors. Jennifer Kitchen, President, Stacy Knapp, Vice President, Tara Likulich, Secretary, Bambi Gates, Treasurer, Lynn Ripka, the Program Director. And the new board members added this year are Lynn Dover, Sandy Adams, Kayla Miller, Mike Foreman, and Nikki Seekman. So welcome, ladies. We also want to thank the entire board for your many, many years of dedication, passion, and perseverance.
At this time, we would like to recognize those sponsors who have graciously donated to the program. Without their support, we would not be where we are, and we would like to thank the following platinum, gold, and silver sponsors. Our platinum sponsors are Center Hall Lions Club, Mark Landscape, Mark's Landscaping of Tyrone Incorporated, St. John's Lutheran Church, Farmers Mills, and Robert and Alice Thomas. Let's give those platinum sponsors. Our next circle of sponsors are the gold sponsors. We would like to thank David R. Engelhardt, Tire Town Auto Service Center, and Ladies Auxiliary American Legion Post 779. Our final circle that we would like to thank our silver sponsors are Chris J. Delvin, Tuscarora Hardwoods Incorporated, and Sons of the American Legion Post 779.
So now it is on to the presence and presentation portion. Our finalists will be evaluated on their grace of movement and response to a question. This section of the program emphasizes grace under pressure. The finalists are judged on their poise, coordination, their posture, carriage, and ability to communicate with clarity, confidence, and expression. So please welcome back to the stage our 13 finalists for presence and presentation. Finalist number 1, Emily Byer. Emily, you stated that you think social media has hurt society. What can be done to counteract its negative impact toward your peers?
I believe to negate the impact that social media has on everyone in our society, we need to interact with each other more, not just through social media, but face-to-face, as well as going outside and really just doing more besides being on our phones or watching television. Thank you.
Finalist number 2, Kara Gardiner. Kara, you said that many young people don't care about the consequences of their actions. What can you do to instill that type of awareness in the minds of your peers and classmates?
To help make my peers more aware of the consequences of their actions, I can show them examples of people who have not been aware of the consequences and have ended up badly, and that will help them to realize that what they're doing does have consequences, and they're not always good. Thank you.
Finalist number 3, Karina Bloom. Karina, you mentioned young people today seem uncomfortable in their own skin. What could you do to instill a positive self-image in the minds of younger siblings, classmates, and members of your youth group?
I'm sorry, could you please repeat the question?
Absolutely. You mentioned that young people today seem uncomfortable in their own skin. So what could you do to instill a positive self-image in the minds of younger siblings, classmates, and member of your youth group?
I think to instill a positive image in the minds of my peers, we could encourage others to feel good about themselves. We could also read and look at media that is portraying celebrities and others as feeling beautiful without having to necessarily use makeup, feeling beautiful regardless of your size or what color your hair is, or things such as that, things that can be bought. And we can always just treat others kindly with respect and be mindful that everyone around us sometimes can be self-conscious of themselves. Thank you.
Finalist number 4, Margaret Dumbleberger. Margaret, how can we educate young people today to filter instant news or information?
We can teach young children and others to filter news today through knowing what is right, what is wrong, what is accurate, whether it's from an accurate website or from an inaccurate website. There are various ways to tell those. And we can also educate students as to what is right to spread around on social media and what is wrong to spread around on social media. Thank you.
Finalist number 5, Emma Ferguson. Emma, you had mentioned one change to improve the public education system would be to make students feel more comfortable going to school. How would you do that?
I feel that we could make children feel more comfortable going to school by making things like homework and standardized tests be not as, stressful for the children, because students have a lot of pressure on them nowadays with lots of PSAs and keystones, and they need to get these high scores to graduate from high school or go to college, and they feel like they have so much stress on them in addition to school activities like sports and clubs. So I feel like we can take this pressure off of them by making the standardized tests and things like homework that aren't really needed, not as stressful. Thank you.
Finalist number 6, Leah Engelhardt. Leah, how would you go about promoting the idea of loving oneself and being comfortable with who you are?
I would go about the idea of becoming comfortable with oneself and loving who you are by understanding that everyone is different. Everyone has their uniqueness and their flaws, which make them who they are. Thank you.
Finalist number 7, Tara Biesecker. Tara, what do you think today's teens could learn from baby boomers who are now senior citizens?
I think today's teens could learn a lot from baby boomers who are now senior citizens. Actually 2 years ago, helped at the senior living home in Center Hall. It's called Wynwood, and I learned a lot from the elderly and hanging out with them every day and getting to hear their stories. You just learn a lot about them and learn a lot of life lessons that help you later in life. Thank you.
Finalist number 8, Carrie Bachman. Carrie, you and I have something in common, and that is that history inspires you. So what can be done for young people to be more interested in history?